Happy rising, happy rising. I did not have permission to play this music, so let me turn this off. I won't get thrown in Facebook jail. Hello, my kings and queens. Get readjusted here. Hey there. I am so excited to be here this morning. It's 6 o'clock. Yes, it's 6 o'clock. We're going to try to wait and see. Hey, Deborah Jean Bell, are you coming here this weekend? Well, I am excited. You see that I still don't have a light bulb down here, so I'm squinting. And guess what? I can't find my glasses. Oh, my goodness. But life goes on, and the show must go on. I'm excited. Happy Tuesday to you, beautiful. Happy second day of spring. Yes, spring. So excited. Happy day. Hey, Queen. How are you? Queen Nola. Yes. So I'm squinting, probably because I'm trying to read something, and I don't have my glasses. It's so amazing how things happen. But through it all, I'm excited. I hope you all are excited too. So we're gonna let me say good morning again. Happy rising again. We are in our second day. Yay, I'm so excited. Our second day of our 21-day motivational mastery. And this is, I was saying yesterday how I have to make commitments when I want to commit. So I have to scale out a plan. And that's how life is, And even though you scale out a plan, it doesn't always work. So yesterday we talked about how you start your day, with, for me, it's praying, it's meditation, and then I kind of recap and I visualize. Thanks for the hearts. I love the hearts. Yes. Love you. So after you do that, it's like when I first hit the floor, I have this day laid out. And most of the time it's because of the things that I have to do. And I always encourage people to don't just do what you have to do. Do above and beyond what you have to do. But when you hit the floor, you have to have a direction. So I would say that goes back to planning, preparation, writing. Know exactly what you're doing, whether it's going on the job or what you got to do around the house or whatever. Because I know with me, if I don't write down what I'm gonna do, like especially, hey Christy, good love day, good Tuesday. I'll just fall short. So I always encourage people to write. I keep a journal by my bed because I'm so connected to, and I'm just say this, I'm so connected to my spirituality, to my spirit world, to where I'll have dreams. I'll have dreams through the night and I'll write it down. Now your dreams, I believe that our dreams are given to us for a reason, for one thing to activate on. We have to, and you have to remember. I know a lot of people say, I don't never remember my dreams. I don't dream, or I don't remember my dreams. But I find that if you love you, thank you for the hearts, share the video. I find that if you activate it, once that dream is activated, if you write it down when you first come out of your sleep, that's a great way to remember. I keep a dream journal. Yes, because they are visions. They're visions, and if you will lose it, I can get so many dreams, and then I'll lose it. And again, we're talking about mastering, self-motivation, So this is all, it all ties into just how you start to walk this thing out. So you write it down, and you recognize that, okay, like, why sometimes you don't even have to figure it out, you just write it down. Then when you do your reflective, when you start reflecting on things, you start turning the pages of those dreams, and you kind of can see, like, wow, this is something, this is coming together. I tell you, the process in a dream, there's like that much difference between a dream becoming reality, especially if you pay attention. A lot of times you'll get something, and then you'll lose it because you paid no attention to it. So I encourage everybody to just stay active in your spirit thought. Yes. Stay active in your spirit thought, because then you'll start to manifesting stuff a lot quicker. You'll start to recognizing it. And again, we talk about stop looking for stuff outside, and just hone in on what's going on in the inside. And definitely through those dreams, that goes on all the time. It's kind of like a deja vu. It's like how when you were in school, and be looking out the window, and your teacher say, "Stop daydreaming." You're like, "Oh, okay. Let me get back present." Now, to me, that's kind of like you going in and out of both realms. The natural realm and the spiritual realm, and it's great, especially when you start to recognize it. I tell you, this is something that happens. Um, yes, yes, visions. Um, when you start to see how I think about something and it happens instantly, and I'm telling you, this stuff is so strong on me now, to where I'll think about somebody and they'll call, and I stop saying things like, "This is crazy, you called and I don't believe it." I believe it, because again, we talk about, like we talked about yesterday, walking in expectancy. So I believe it. It's just like I almost say, well, let me just think about so and so, so then we'll end up connecting very soon. Either I'll call them, or I'll run into them, or something to happen. And that's just because of that spirit realm is so close to the natural when you start to living like that, when you start to wanting to live like that. And we talk about motivation. These are just things that keep you activated. Keep that journal, keep reflecting on that journal, keep writing. I'm a big, well, of course, I'm a big component of writing down everything. I remember as a kid, and sometimes you don't even realize what you're doing as a kid until you're reminded when you become adult. I ran into an old friend, and they said, "Well, what you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm doing some motivational speaking, and I'm writing more." And they said, "Well, you know what? You always was writing." Thank you. You always were writing. You was writing all the time. And I said, "Really?" So a lot of times you don't even realize that you're doing things, but other people are watching. Like they get it. They're like, "Oh, she's just doing her thing." So you have to just take advantage of that time. Now, talk about motivation, and and I'm trying to stick on subject, because everything can come to my mind, and I say, "Okay, let me sort this out. Let me sort this out." So here we go. When you when you write down something, and I always tell people to, you hear, and I'm not telling you anything that you haven't heard before, or you don't know. I'm just reminding. I'm that reminder vessel right now. I'm about to unlock some stuff that it, but you may need a reminder. Okay, so will you allow me to do that? Thank you. Now, you've been told how to write things down, how to prioritize them, how you say, what short-term goals, long-term goals. We've all had those experiences of being told how to stay focused. The hard part is when those things come into place, when those upsets come into place, it's like, well, how do I get back on track? This is how you use those that foundation that you put in place. This is how you go to that dream book to get you back in place. Um, Things can get out of place in a split second. Like you can get a phone call. Phone call could be about your kids or about your mother. Wake you up and shake you around and be like, "Wow, I wasn't planning on doing this." So you'll get off track of wanting to stay motivated into whatever your goals are. But then you have something called life. And life will pop up, and then you'll say, "Wow, what happened?" Um, what do you say, Deborah? Yes, you always have a pen and paper. Since I met you, and wow, girl, 95. You now this is the timekeeper right here. Um, you'll get off track in such a way that it will just throw everything out of whack. So that's why I encourage you to have that journal, and not just a journal, but your dream book, your thought book. Have that handy so when you get in a ruckus, that you can go and refer to that. Again, remember we're talking about self mastery. Now, nobody is going to come and tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, look at that dream book." Nobody but, God, your spirit man. And most of the time, you're probably not going to be paying that part of you any attention because you're wrapped up in the chaos. When those things come instantly, you're wrapped up in that. So when you going through that period, if you have it to where you're saying, "Wow, I'm gonna get in this habit of reading my vision book, reading my journal, reading my affirmations, or reading my something that will kickstart me back into that motion of I gotta stay on track no matter what." Because things happen and sometimes things are delayed, and that's okay. But you don't want to find yourself in a rut. I remember, I think it was Jack Boland. He was one of my spiritual leaders, and he used to say, well, or it might have been the Queen. I think it was the Queen that said, when things, and that's Martha Jean, the Queen, spiritual leader. She's gone as well. But she would say, put a time on it. Put a time on how long you want to soak in that misery. So because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens, whether it's your personal situation, or your child's situation, parent, friends, job, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Those things are going to come up. I tell you, yesterday I probably experienced about 4 crazy things, but I just laugh at it. I just thought, okay, it's life. It started out. Just give you a quick, and I'm keeping mindful of the time. Quick recap. I went out to take my little granddaughter to the doctor, and she's had a problem since she was born because they kind of stretched her muscle, or the nerve in her arm, so her arm was not functioning when she was born. So we've been back and forth to the doctor specialist. Long story short, she has infected her finger, because her sensation on it comes and goes. So now I took her to the doctor, and they said, well, we're going to have to shorten her finger because the infection had went through her bone. Now the outside looks fine, but then they did the x-rays and they saw something in her bone. Now mentally I was like, oh goodness, this is horrible. This is horrible. But when you look at her, she hasn't missed a beat. She doesn't know what's going on. All she knows is I'm wonderful, I'm active, I'm beautiful, I'm doing my thing, I'm 2, and I'm keeping it moving. To me, it was emotional. So I had to say, okay, well, I gotta make the phone call to her mother. She's gonna be upset. So let me try to know ahead of time that I gotta calm this whole situation down. So I just played it off like nonchalant. This is going on. This is what they say. Gotta go have surgery on Thursday. What? Thursday? Oh my goodness, why? And why didn't they do that before? And da 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 da. And this is this is this. But see, all of this is after the fact. We're right here today. We're right here in this moment. And that's what I want to encourage you with. And that's what I want to tell you to write down for today. The moment experience is really the most important experience that you'll have to focus on as you walk your walk of self mastery. I'm not saying that the crazy times or the upsetting times will happen, but the how you handle that in the moment is what will be the next move. It's what will you'll have to say, well, wow, this has happened. So what do we do next? And for me, I don't have a lot of time to wallow around in the misery of the news. I have to focus on my purpose, my plan of action, and I really know that it's to calm the situation down. It's to always see that glass is half full, and that's not easy. But we'll cover more of that and to how to move into that type of spirit, in that direction. But for now, I just want to let you know that um, writing down is a key is a key point of reflection on when upsets come up. How you deal with those things will really, really matter. So remember, when we talk about self-mastery, it's always going to be an inside job, and it's always going to be with how you control the mind, the spirit, the thought process. You have to stay present to what's going on in that moment. So I just want to encourage you to, if you don't write, to start writing. Start writing. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about what you should start reading. And you're going to be surprised at what you should start reading. It's not going to be what you think it is. But if you stay in that spirit of, let me pay attention to these thoughts that's coming through my mind, in my heart, in my spirit, and start writing them down, then that's going to help you move into that self-mastery of motivation. So it's been great. I am so excited to have this opportunity to share with you all. I want to encourage you to share the video, encourage people to tune in. There's more to come. We're doing 21 days of self-mastery, motivation, and motivational mastery. This is day 2. So we have lots and lots of days ahead, and I'm excited, and I hope you stay excited too. Remember, as you go through your day to day, to expect great things to happen. Expect great things to happen as you walk that out. Always expect great things to happen. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for all of the love and for sharing. And I look forward to seeing you, talking to you tomorrow. Wanda D, your motivational queen, signing out.